Hi, I'm an animal control officer for the state of Texas, and I wanted to answer this question. If you don't know what this question is referring to, please go back to watching What is a Sweet video, and I'll explain kind of why this person had commented, and there's no hate to this person for commenting at all. So one of the violations for my city is something that's called harboring, which basically means that you're providing food, shelter, water, veterinary attention to any stray animal. Per our ordinance, once you harbor an animal, it defines you as the owner. And once you are established as an owner, there's multiple things that you have to do for the city or as an owner that is in accordance with the city ordinance and the state law. And your question is, isn't it cruelty to stop feeding animals? Now, the answer is technically no, but morally, people would think that it is cruel to stop feeding animals that are quite hungry. Now, let's take a pause before I continue talking about why harboring is an issue in my city, but understand one thing. My city does not have a TNR program. I respect people that do TNR, and I respect cities that do TNR for their cities. My city is not one of those cities. And quite honestly, my opinion is professionally biased because I deal with a bunch of stray animals. And there is plenty of animal control officers that like TNR, and that's perfectly okay too. It's a matter of opinion. Now, let's get back to the meat and potatoes of this video. Once you're established as an owner, okay, all animals inside my city limits must be contained, okay? And if you're going to contain the animals, that means you're only allowed to have 6 animals per property, right? Because the city limit for my city is 6. So if you're free feeding, 15 feral cats, at that point, you're established as the owner of 15 feral cats. All 15 feral cats have to be vaccinated, spayed or neutered, microchipped. They have to be contained, okay? But that violates the 6 ordinance rule, right? So technically, you're 9 cats over the limits, and that's probably not including your own animals that you have at your house, right? And what is the reality that you've caught every single one of those 15 cats and got it fixed, vaccinated, and microchipped? Probably not all of them. And then also, too, our city ordinance says that every single year, every animal must be revaccinated for the virus rabies, right? So you have to get the rabies vaccination, right? What's the likelihood that you're going to catch all 15 cats every single year by their appointment date to keep them current on their rabies vaccinations? Now, let's take all of that off the table, okay? Let's say that all your animals are fixed, all your animals are microchipped, all of them have everything that they need, right? There is one issue that everyone seems to forget. Vaccinations are a preventative, and they're never a guarantee for any virus, right? How many of you got the COVID vaccination and still got COVID after you got vaccinated? Or how many of you got the flu shot and still got the flu after you got the flu shot? It's a preventative, never a guarantee. And they usually, the way that a vaccination works is they're vaccinating for that certain strain of disease, right? So guess what's still happening? Disease is still spreading whether your animal is current on vaccinations or not. Also, too, one of the most underreported bites is a cat scratcher bite, because people get scratched by their cats all the time. And how many people go to the hospital for that? Not a lot. And how many people report it? Not very many. So more than likely, you still have disease that has a high chance of spreading. Also, too, there are people inside my city limits that I've known about or that I've helped or that I'm yet to come across that do TNR where I'm from. And yes, the answer is that they don't just go away. However, not all of the neighbors around the people that like TNR themselves, right? Some people are allergic to cats. Some people have dogs that are not friendly to cats that they contain on their own yard. And if a cat jumps into their backyard, their dog is probably not going to be so friendly with that cat. So there's a variety of reasons why we encourage people not to harbor stray animals or stray cats or feed the cats, okay, or feed any animal for that matter. There is cause and effect to everything that we do. And asking them not to feed the animals is the nicest way of saying, hey, we don't want to give you citations for a direct violation of our city ordinance. And not only one city ordinance, multiple city ordinances. So I know this was like a really long roundabout way to answer this question. And again, I respect everybody that has a difference of opinion than I, okay? And my opinion is solely based off of my professional experience. So if you have any questions about any of the information I just gave you, feel free to reach out.